Hi, my loves. So I am finally making the video that I have been talking about for the longest. So I'm going to make a video about Neem. Before we start off, I want to introduce myself. My name is Abigail and I'm a doula, and I love supporting women and their families, and it's my life's work. I also provide holistic services and talk to people about things like Neem. So first, I want to start off with introducing what Neem is and all of its miraculous benefits. So let's start off. Neem is a tree, so the bark, the leaves, even the flower can be used for medicinal purposes such as psoriasis, ulcers, insect repellent. I've used it to kill bugs before. I used it on a wasp once. It died in 30 seconds. I used it on a brown recluse I found in my apartment, and it died in 30 seconds. It's what I swear by for insect repellent. I don't buy anything else. It helps with fever because it's antiviral and antibacterial, upset stomach, malaria, worms, heart disease, skin condition. I've seen it kill fungus on someone's foot. I had a family member who had some fungus on their foot. I applied it to their foot every day for 1 week and it was gone. And it also can be used as birth control, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do right now. But before I start, I want to tell you how I figured all this information out. So I did some research, and a dear friend of mine told me about Neem, and she said, you know what, do your research and you'll find all these cool things about it. So I got on the internet like most of us do and started just looking up Neem birth control, and I found so much information, so I'm going to share that with you guys today. So first off, Neem has been proven to be a strong spermicidal agent. It has been tried in monkeys and in human sperm, and within 30 seconds of it coming in contact with the sperm was completely immobile, and they came in contact with like undiluted neem oil, and the sperm died within 30 seconds. Neem has contraceptive properties. Neem oil has been found to have anti-implantation, and it causes abortion, so basically causes you to have your period so you know that you don't have a baby anymore. They did a study and they applied Neem intravaginally to rats and rabbits that had already had implantation happen 2 to 7 days prior. They put it in there and it actually eliminated the expected pregnancy. So 1 month after the stoppage of Neem, they were able to regain their fertility and were able to have babies again. None of the pregnancies after the use of Neem had any abnormal effects or any problems. They started to use it on male rats and rabbits, and their fertility was at 66% within 6 weeks of using the Neem. At 80%, 9 weeks after using the Neem, and 100% effective in not making them fertile 11 weeks after using the Neem. That is some pretty impressive stuff. So 11 weeks of continuous Neem use made male rats and rabbits fully infertile, and the effects were completely reversible 1 month later. That's just mind-blowing. During this period, there was no decrease in their body weight, no decrease in their sex drive, and no decrease in their performance during sex. Just a decrease in fertility. That's all. And when everything went back to normal, they were able to have healthy, happy babies. They did another study on soldiers that were coming back home to their families in India. These soldiers came back home and they were put on a regimen of Neem for 1 whole year. During that whole year, none of them had babies, and they were all taking the Neem. Once they took them off the Neem, everyone began to have children. It's just mind-blowing to just think about. And it was just 6 weeks after they stopped using it, they were able to all have babies again. It's just so incredible to me just to learn that about Neem, because they make us feel like there aren't any options for any type of natural birth control that we can use, but the options are there and the accessibility is there. Now, of course, You have to have a partner that you trust, a partner that you are communicating with, and that you can learn how to use Neem in an effective way together. Of course, since it does work as a contraceptive in male and female mammalians. So I want to talk about how I use Neem for myself. So you can use Neem as a birth control pill, and you just take it every day, and then you use the Neem oil when you have sex. Of course, combine this with safe sex and make sure that your partner is safe with you also and is not having sex with other people. Neem oil has shown to be antiviral and has helped with STIs and infections in women and men. What I've known it to really help with is yeast infections, which yeast infections can be transmitted sexually. I use this for yeast infections. I use this for any type of fungus. It could be a ringworm, nail fungus, foot fungus, anything like that. You can use it for that. I like to use it as a spermicide. So if we ever have an accident where, let's say, the condom breaks or just things didn't happen at the right moment, well, I will use Neem as a spermicidal oil. I will literally put it inside of me. So this is my handy dandy display. So let's just say that this is a vagina. So I'm going to grab the tip of my Neem oil, and it looks just like this. The oil is really thick right now because it was a little cold in the area it was put in. But it becomes, once it gets warm, it becomes more liquid. It'll liquefy more, it won't be as solid. But I grab my oil and I fill the dropper halfway. So this is my visual representation. So I fill the dropper up halfway. Of course, you can see this water is halfway, if I can just get it to focus. Dropper is filled halfway with water. So I'm going to then begin to insert the Neem inside until I reach somewhere near my cervix. Of course, I'm not gonna just poke my cervix with it, but at a good amount in there. Then I just put the Neem in there. I make sure that it goes all the way into there, and then I let it sit for 30 seconds of contact with the sperm. So I usually like to keep it in for 5 to 10 minutes to make sure, especially with all the excess body fluid that may be in there and different things that are inside of your vagina, like your own discharge and fluid. So I leave it in there for about 5 minutes and I use it undiluted. And after that, I go ahead and go take a shower. Then I will use Neem pills. The directions on this Neem pill is take 2 capsules 3 times a day. So I will take 2 capsules 3 times a day, or just do 1 dose of 6 pills, which is the equivalent that you take daily. I will use this up until I have my period, and my period comes every single time. I have no problems with my fertility. I'm married, and a child wouldn't be a terrible thing, but I'm just not prepared at the moment. So I use my emergency contraceptive method just because I'm always on the go and it's just quicker and easier for me. So the way that I would suggest a person who is really not trying to get pregnant and is trying to avoid a baby at all costs and is just trying to be completely safe, I would recommend to also use this with any fertility awareness method. For example, tracking your fertility by taking your basal temperature in the mornings with the thermometer. I don't personally do that because I track my fertility by checking my cervical fluid when I go to the restroom every day. And that's just every time I wipe, I look at the toilet paper and examine my discharge that I may be having that day. Usually, if it's a light, clear type of discharge, then I know I'm close to ovulating. And I will see more or less depending on how much or how fertile I am. So that's how I track my ovulation. You could use an app, but sometimes that just makes averages. It doesn't really tell you how your body is because it's all based on an average. So I like to just track my own fertility personally. I do use the app to kind of track the days, especially when you go to appointments, they ask you. But really I just track it by watching my fertility and my cervical fluid. There are different methods that you can use on top of that. This is just my favorite one because it's so easy and it's so natural. But there are different ways to track your fertility, and I urge you to also use that in collaboration with the Neem, because then it will make you more self-aware and know that, okay, if I don't want to get pregnant, then I'm just not going to have sex during this ovulation window. This is the safer method right here. You take your Neem pills every single day, like if they were a multivitamin, or if they were your birth control pill, you take it every single day. And whenever you have sex, you use the Neem, just a little drop of Neem when you have sex as a spermicide. You can just use a little bit since it is going to be undiluted. If you do want to use it diluted, then you can make a lubricant that you use during sex that has a bit of Neem in it, and it'll also help, and it'll be spermicidal. So you use the pills. You and your partner can use the pills because Neem works as a spermicide for both male and female mammalians. So you can use your Neem pills and your significant other can use Neem pills, and y'all will both be infertile and be safe. So I think that's just awesome that I can tell my partner, hey, take some Neem, and I take some Neem, and then we won't be having babies. It's that simple. And then you just track your fertility and make sure that you're being safe. It just can't get any easier than this. So this is why I love Neem. And on top of that, it has so many other great health benefits. It's really good for your skin. It's good for your body. It's good for your digestive system. It's just incredible. It keeps the good bacteria in and lets all the bad bacteria out. And it's incredible. So get you some Neem. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, just hop in the comments. Like this video if you loved it, if you learned something, and follow me on Instagram. My name is Indy Hanabi on Instagram. I have my doula page, that's She's One Wellness. I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page for my doula work, which is She's One Wellness. And yeah, just follow me along this journey where you learn more about these awesome plants that do great things for your body. Thank you so much. Peace.